Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's rock! Go!
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. A little more than an hour from now, Russ Mitchell will be here. We'll preview the weekend ahead in the Southeastern Conference. Man, I'm fired up to have two absolute living LSU legends in studio. Todd McClure, Kevin Faulk, 30 years after Bring Back the Magic. It's been 30 years.
We're getting old.
I was about to say, now you're saying our age. You're telling our age now.
But 30 years?
30.
And y'all were same class, right? Y'all were both
Same
class of
class.
95.
Same class.
Like, can y'all? We got a couple segments with these guys. I'm excited to talk about this current Tiger team and a lot of what's going on. But man, 30 years after Bring Back the Magic, I think it's interesting because most of our audience probably understands that era. Like, I'm 43. I'm old enough to know to get it to what it was. But we got people listening right now that are in their 20s, maybe some in their 30s, that have no idea. All they know is what Nick Saban started and what's been. But really, that season was the spark that began LSU going again. When you all signed, Kev, I'll start with you, because you signing was just a pivotal moment in the history of LSU football coming in from Karen Crow. Did you have any context historically of what that was going to mean, that 95 season?
Never. Never. Didn't understand the magnitude of me saying that I'm coming to LSU. It was pretty much all about family, and not just my immediate family, but most importantly, my immediate family for coming to LSU. But to think about it 30 years later, how everything played out. And when you say Nick Saban, I'm sorry, but I know a lot of guys don't really G with DiNardo, but DiNardo started everything. He just had a little hiccup in the middle,
No doubt. I mean, DiNardo had a 10-win season when 10-win season wasn't easy to do.
Right.
But not that saying 10 was easy, but it's easier now with more games to get to 10, especially included in a bowl. But 96 was a 10-win season, but just getting to a bowl in 95 was massive. Really, if you think about that Auburn game, and that's known as the Bring Back the Magic game, LSU wearing white jerseys at home, and the 12-6 final. What do you remember about the build up to that game that week? Because the season opened with the Texas A&M loss.
Oh, yeah. It was a big week, and I can't let it be understated, this guy right here. Just you think about if he doesn't come to LSU, what this whole thing, how does it look different, Because all eyes on three, he brought to this program, the electricity that he brought to Tiger Stadium. If Kevin Faulk doesn't come to LSU, I'd love to see, and I'm sure they would have figured it out somewhere at some point, but what this guy has meant to this program, and to a lot of people's lives, was unbelievable. Going back to that Auburn, the build-up, the talk, we felt like we had a pretty good team. And, to hear the buzz kind of like it is this week, you feel the buzz around Baton Rouge. There's nothing like it. And it was just good to get out there and get it going again.
There's so many things you remember about that game. I know most people just go to the end with Troy Twilley making the play in the end zone. What about you guys? If I ask that game specifically, like, is there a play, a moment, even something that didn't necessarily happen on the field that you all remember?
Well, for me, it's everything leading up, like the guys that came in, the guys that coach recruited. Everybody was different.
Right.
What people fail to realize, to put all of those guys together and get them to play together as something that's something special that DiNardo did. As far as a lot of guys can tell you right now that they really don't feel good about DiNardo just over the years, because there's some things that he might have done and what he did do, but he got us to play. He got us to play together and win a lot of football games in his tenure at LSU. And as a football coach, that's all you want. It's all you want.
Do you think that style, I mean, Kev, you were on staff at LSU for a bit too. Like, do you think that style could work today?
No. Kevin, you can remember the 9-on-7 periods we had? I can remember we would have 21 plays.
Yes.
Normally it was scripted, a 9-on-7 inside run, one-on-ones, just, car wreck every play. And we'd go through the whole script, and DiNardo would say, start it over from the top. And you're like, there's no way. I don't think I could get 3 more plays in. But he came in and tried to change a mentality, a mindset. Right. We had the meeting outside. You remember the seniors called a meeting in the back of the truck, and they were about to quit on him. The first weekend of camp, training camp, we're not playing for him anymore because he came in with that approach. And then luckily he put his cards on the table, said, we got practice in 30 minutes. Whoever wants to play, y'all come out on the field. And everybody showed up. And he just came in to change a mindset, change habits. And to me, he was an awesome guy to play for.
A great thing is, who likes change?
Right.
Nobody likes change. And at that time, we thought we were young men, could make our own decisions, thinking that we know everything. But at the same time, like now, I can say that, I didn't know everything back then. And thank you for, molding us. Even though some guys, have their own opinions about it.
Mm. Do you think that, it's interesting to me because, like, and I understand, like, if you're listening or watching, there's fans who are older than me who could tell you stories about watching the Tigers in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, which is a little beyond my scope. I know the history of the program, but I don't have those experiences. I watched, like, I have memories of Curley, of DiNardo, of Saban, and then I've covered all the coaches since. So I lived through the evolution of thinking, man, LSU's never even going to get to Atlanta, to now when we're disappointed when LSU's not winning a championship. So it's an interesting evolution. Yeah. But do you all feel, talking to a lot of the guys who played for Curley, they'll say, man, if it's the forgotten era. Like, nobody, Kevin Mawai is a great example. One of the greatest Tigers ever. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Right. And they'll say it's kind of the forgotten era, man. There were some great players. There weren't great teams, but there were great players during that time. Do you all feel that way about the DiNardo era at all? Because all the championships have come afterwards?
I think, me personally, if you look back at the talent we had on those teams, even our freshman year, I mean, you could go down the list. You had Denard Walker, who played with the Broncos forever, Torrey James, and then, Booger McFarland, Chuck Wiley, Kenny Mixon, who was one of the best pure pass rushers I've ever played with. Just didn't have a long career. And I know I'm leaving some guys out on the defensive side, but on the offensive side,
Northern.
I mean, Gabe Northern. Yes, you go Kevin, Rondell Mealy, the backs we had. Alan Fanika's got a gold jacket.
David LaFleur was a
David
first-round All-American.
Nicky Savoy played with the Saints. Eddie Kennison, Larry Foster. You could name the guys. There were a lot of guys that had talent on those teams. And for some reason, we couldn't get over the big hump. But we turned it around with that group.
That was our hump to get over. That little hump, that was it. It's kind of like I said earlier, kudos to Coach DiNardo for getting the team to play together. Love Curley. Curley recruited me. Some of Curley coaching staff. Love those guys. Just another example. Just couldn't get those great athletes that Louisiana has and put them together. Sometimes some coaches can, sometimes some coaches can't. It's just that's the game. That's the nature of the game, and I guess that's how you say it. Playing chess.
Yeah.
You know, you got to make a move, make the right move, because if you make the wrong move, you mess up the whole board.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting too. And Todd McClure, Kevin Faulk are in studio with us. We've got a couple of segments with these guys. I do want to talk in the next segment a little bit about this current team and your area of expertise, because everyone's asking, like, how can they run the ball better? So I want to get to that in a second. But, you know, when LSU won the national championship in 1958, they beat Clemson in the Sugar Bowl. Now, they had already been declared champions. LSU won the national championship in 2019, beating Clemson in the national championship game. You all beat Clemson in 1996 in the Peach Bowl, which I remember thinking, damn, we in a fruit bowl. Like, that's you know, when you're
that was our national championship.
You're in peach,
right
orange, like you in something like that's a big time deal.
That was big.
You know,
And we in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, at a pro stadium. I mean, the Indy Bowl the year before felt matched just to be in the bowl game. You beat Michigan State, but 10-7, you beat Clemson that day in Atlanta in the Peach Bowl. Wade Ritchie had a field goal late in the second quarter. Neither team scored in the second half. Recollections of playing Clemson in that game, does anything immediately come to mind for you guys?
For me, Trevor Price. He was the first time I faced a guy, and it was like, man, this guy's different. And Trevor went on and played forever in the NFL. He's just big, long, strong, and he was tough to block. So that's my first memory is trying to block Trevor Price.
Yeah, Kev scored LSU's only touchdown in that game. It was like a long drive, and you had a short touchdown run in that game.
Thanks to those guys,
right?
You know, everything that I did was thanks to those guys. They got me to a point, and then I had to take care of the rest.
And that was the thing. We got him to the line of scrimmage, and I know I can visualize it right now and watch the highlights. You get him to that second level, and then you see him get tall and do that little wiggle and that arm over. It was just unbelievable, man. Getting this guy to the second level, and it was almost like we had a front row seat to watching the highlight reel. Guy was unbelievable.
So every kid wanted to shave all eyes on three in the back of the
That's
head.
right.
I mean, every kid my age just looked at that.
I look
incredible.
at that now and I'm like, wow. I really did that.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about shaving all eyes on three in your head. You mean making the play.
I'm like, I really did that.
So not the highlights, the fact that you shaved all eyes on three.
Well, it wasn't just all eyes on three. I had Shaq dunking in the back of my head. I had Jordan, you know, the Jordan flying, come fly with me, everything.
This guy's in a NIL value.
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh, it would be unbelievable.
Do you have any regrets on that, on not playing in that era?
That means that I would have a vendetta on God. Nah.
Okay.
Thank you for the time that I was put on this earth.
That's well said. Well said. Kevin Faulk, Todd McClure there in studio. Let me knock out a quick break, y'all. Our Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We'll come back, talk a little bit more. I want to ask these guys specifically, how does LSU get better in the running game immediately? We'll get there. We continue. It's AFR.
AFR.
I want to take 60 seconds to remind you about River City's 1 hour air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001 or 1hourbr.com. Spell it out. You see their yellow trucks and vans all over town because so many people do what I do and what I've encouraged you to do. Got an issue with your AC, call River City's 1 hour air. Remember, nights, holidays, weekends, they'll always come out. So you get home from work, it's 5:30, and your AC's blowing hot. You don't have to wait till the next morning. Call River City's 1 hour air. They're coming that night. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. The other awesome thing, you never have to worry who's coming into your house. When the technician's on the way, you'll get a call, a text, and an email alerting you the technician's on the way with the name of the technician, photo of the technician, and reviews of that technician so you can feel comfortable who's coming into your house. They think of everything. It's River City's 1 hour air, 752-0001.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
It's our pleasure to have Todd McClure, Kevin Faulk hanging out in studio with us, two LSU legends. Love telling you about Evamore, EVAMOR, better form of hydration. If you're a high-performance athlete, it's a natural artesian water. It's a Louisiana product. Bypass the crappy water from Texas. Drink a great Louisiana product. It's natural artesian water. It's Evamore. You can get it at great local retailers or online at evamore.com. EVAMOR, evamore.com. Drink Evamore. Guys, LSU, the biggest question on this team for me, I don't know if y'all disagree, it's you're 107th in the country last year in rush offense. Like, what went wrong and how do you fix it? Like, Okay, let me start with you. What went wrong? How do you fix it?
We didn't run well early, and we just stopped.
You mean early in the season or early in the game?
Early in the season, which accounted to early in the games, that we just stopped doing it. Sometimes those 1 or 2 yards that you get mean a whole lot in the third and fourth quarter, because those are the times when a guy may take a break on a play, the running back may break a tackle. Just something may happen to spark the offense. But you got to be patient, just like anything else in life. You have to be patient. But sometimes, we love seeing that ball in the air, the receivers getting, making big plays. But sometimes we got to drag it along a little bit, just drag it along.
Yeah, and I think also, too, last year we struggled on defense. So at times, you feel like you have to get away from the rushing game to keep up with the flow of the game.
Right.
That's a mindset, and I think it's going to be big this week going into Clemson with that crowd noise. You better get a running game going early and a draw and screen game to kind of take them out of it and letting us get in a little rhythm.
Kev, that's something you did, especially in New England. It's like you made a living in the screen game in New England. We've seen a ton of – it's weird. Brian Kelly lets us watch a lot of practice. They have entire periods dedicated to running screens. Harlan Berry, I'm sure you got to see a good bit, is fantastic in that role. What's your feeling on Nussmeier's ability to execute that part of the game that Todd's talking about?
Well, the crazy part is you got to be a good actor as the quarterback throwing the ball. But as the play caller, I think it's timing. When you calling that screen and what type of screen you're calling, because different defenses require different screens that you call. Some guys may have pass rushes that rush straight up the field. Some guys may have pass rushes that rush and just stop, really. So you got to make sure that you're calling the right screen against the right defense.
Do you think, and Todd, I'll kick to you, and both of you, I'm curious, the big thing that we've talked about all offseason is LSU having 5 new offensive line starters, right? So it's – why you laugh?
Well, because I love that they have 5 new offensive line starters and people are getting nervous.
Okay, why?
Well, because
your confidence will make me feel a lot better. So please make me feel better.
Well, first off,
okay.
I have nothing but confidence in Brad Davis.
True.
And him getting those guys together and playing. Whenever Brad first came to LSU, we had like a 30-second conversation in the offensive staff meeting room, and I turned around like, I like this guy. Right here.
Why? What was it?
It's just his enthusiasm and his energy of why he accepted the job. Like he's always wanted to come back home, but the timing wasn't there, and he felt like the timing was right. But he knew he had a lot of work to do at that time.
No doubt.
Which, like this year, they'll feel like he had a lot of work to do. And the job that he did with those guys was magnificent. And I don't think that he ain't going to do nothing different. He's going to do what he normally does, and that's just get those guys ready to play football.
Yeah. Todd, what do you think about having 5 guys they got a lot of talent. They got a lot of experience, actually. Braylon Moore and Josh Thompson are 2-year starters in powerful programs. These 5 just haven't played together.
Right.
Right.
What's a realistic expectation for how quickly those guys can assimilate?
It's tough, because I could remember, in the NFL, you play with different guys and different combinations in the preseason, and even through injuries, it took 3 or 4 weeks before you started to gel. So, I heard you talking about it yesterday. I'm not as confident as this guy because, you got 5 new guys. You go into – I can remember going into the swamp, and you block Javon Curse in your sleep when you're watching film, but when you get out there in the swamp and that crowd's going – and then you see Javon Curse out there in the 3-point stance, it's a little different. So how do these guys each individually handle the big environment like Clemson, And I think you hear a lot of confidence about the guy in the middle, and that's where it all starts. The thing that makes me nervous is when they're talking about rotating 7 or 8 guys in this offensive line. Do you truly have a starting 5 if you're talking about rotating 7 or 8 guys? That's what makes me nervous.
Same. That's kind of been the take, right? So, but let's say you're starting with Braylon Moore in the center,
right.
Okay? And that's you talking about where Joe Sloan said it, Brian Kelly said it, Nuss said it in his media availability. Braylon Moore has been awesome. And, like, that's from literally the first day of fall camp. Moore was the starting center, has not moved. Brian Kelly, after the first practice, was like, he's our starting. So
and that's huge.
That was settled.
Yeah.
Why?
It all starts there with communication. Him and us have to be on the same page. When you're going into a loud, hostile environment, your silent count, what you're going on a lot is dictated off the center. And then if he's the calming piece, then he can calm the guys on both sides of him down, the left guard and the right guard. And when you have a guy, leader of a unit that's calm and you see he operates under pressure, it makes everybody else relax. And then you go out there and play.
Yeah. Kevin, I wanted to ask you also, Todd McClure, Kevin Faulk in studio with us. I'd love to know your impressions watching Caden Durham, what you see. By the way, he's the betting favorite, for whatever it's worth, to lead the SEC in rushing this year.
Love it.
Oh, easy. We just got to run the ball. We just got to run the ball.
You're not wrong, man. Like, we looked at the splits. Last year, LSU threw it 60-40. It was throw to run. They threw it 60% of the plays. They weren't close to balance.
That's the way the game was going for him. It's kind of like Todd say. Sometimes you have to play the way the game is going. When you get behind, you got to try to score more points. And with that being said, you're not going to run the ball every play to try to score more points to get points on the board. But back to your question with Durham, the consistency he showed last year as a freshman coming in, it's tough as a freshman coming off the bench, not starting every game, but coming off the bench and depending on you and you actually getting it done. So that speaks volume about him as a person and his character about, I can be patient, but now it's his time now.
Yeah.
It's his time.
Excited to see it, man. Like, I was excited to watch 3 back in the day. We talked about the all eyes on 3. We're going to honor Charles Alexander this year with his jersey retired.
Right.
I keep stumping for, man, when are we going to get 3 up there?
Oh, man, it's got to be up there. There's a spot for it. I know there is.
I know you're not going to stump for it. I know you're not. I've asked you this before. You're not going to stump for it. But
I will.
There's an eventuality that it's just the most natural thing. Right now, we know that it's Billy Cannon, it's Tommy Casanova, Jerry Stovall, great Charles Alexander, who's been a great friend of mine for a lot of years. He's awesome guy. I'm so excited for him. He's going up. But 3's got to go up there, man.
Yeah. I'm with you.
In
I'll
due
start
time.
the campaign.
In due time.
It'll happen.
Patience. How do you say that? Just be patient.
It'll happen. Obviously, Kevin Faulk, a member of the New England Patriots Ring of Honor, and Todd in the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, you two dudes, I swear, like that 95 team, Ring of Honor in the NFL. I mean, you guys have accomplished a hell of a lot, man, during this time. Look at this guy walking in here right now. Oh, come on in, Ruger. Look at Ruger Ron walking in. Ruger Ron walking in a green.
He look like he coming from the golf course.
Is that the Masters jacket we got here, Ruger Ron?
Got his Funyun belt on.
Oh, look at Ronnie Ranch just walked in, old a.k.a. Ruger Ron, who was the name Ruger Ron was coined in the studio, as a matter of fact.
Ryan Terrio.
Our friend Terrio coined Ruger Ron.
Right.
What's going on, man? You saw Gordy in the hall?
I saw G-Man, Gordy in the hall. Look, I'm trying to get on the camera.
No, you're good. They got us back there.
By the
You're
way,
good.
all about 3 being retired in Death Valley, right?
It's got to happen.
I mean, come on.
100%.
Come on.
It's gotta happen.
But listen, Rougarou, we're still celebrating. I have to, until September 1st.
That's right. Congrats on the TCL
Texas
championship.
Collegiate League champions.
There we go.
Appreciate it.
We still got merch on sale.
We did. We have championship shirts available at brrougarou.com. Appreciate the shout out. Todd's got it. Listen, I just want to say,
You get the text message too?
I appreciate Todd because Todd brought us luck. He threw out the first pitch for the championship game.
By the way, we got it. Paul's got the
yeah,
first
it
pitch.
was so good too.
Wait a minute.
Let's take a look at the first pitch that Todd threw out.
Here we go.
It did not go so well.
This
Let's set
is
this up for the folks
unbelievable.
that are driving. Don't try to look at it on the phone because you'll
Man,
wreck.
I'm never coming back on. man.
By the way,
He totally set you up.
by the way, so Todd here. First off, the thing you'll notice about it is when he goes to. It's a long introduction. He's got a lot of accolades. When he goes to wind up.
Yeah.
He does a Satchel Paige double pump.
Oh, I love it.
It wasn't
Master.
intended though. He almost fell.
No, that was
You
intended. No,
thought-
not reaching it was not on purpose. I
Okay,
tried to reach.
so watch right here, folks. I mean, for the folks. By the way, Tom McClure, I appreciate him wearing the green. He's in all black at our Rougarou game. I don't know what that's all about.
did
But
buy a
anyway,
hat,
watch
Ronnie.
right here.
Okay,
Double He goes with the double.
There it is.
And then it goes straight to the ground. Does not reach the dirt.
It was straight.
It was straight. Do we have a second? Do we have another look at it?
No, we're good.
That's the only one we got of it right there.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the one we got of it right there.
All right, so
You look like you threw your shoulder out, buddy.
I don't have a shoulder anymore.
That's the problem, right? Like, because you were a high school baseball player, weren't you?
All-state.
I could throw it pretty good, yeah.
All-state in football, basketball, and baseball.
how many times were you All-State in baseball?
Shoot, I don't even know, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Once maybe.
He lost count.
I think 3 times. I think he was All-State 3 times. By the way, I love that they're showing it again. If you happen to be watching, with a double pump and then straight into the ground, 42 feet.
Shoulder doesn't work.
But listen,
anymore.
here's what I want to ask Todd. Next summer, can we we got 10 months to prepare. Can we book it right now, the last weekend in June? You come do the first pitch, that Friday or Saturday, and maybe this time you reach the plate.
You warming up, baby.
I'm done. That was my
The last
pitch
weekend in
ever right
June?
there.
Come on, we can get you. Come on. Huh? We can't get you booked for the last weekend in June?
Come on, Todd. Come on, Todd.
Like, come
we
on.
got it. We got. You know what? Wait up. I'm sorry. I don't think he's going to be able to make it. Right?
He's not going to be able to make it the last weekend in June?
He's not going to be able to make it.
I forgot about it because he's got something else he's got to go to the last weekend in June.
He has something
the
that
last
he's
weekend in June, he's going to be getting inducted into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame next year. Todd McClure, part of the 2026 Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame.
Congratulations, bro.
Todd,
Congratulations,
Todd, I want to tell you on behalf of the Louisiana Sports Writers Association, the Hall of Fame Foundation, we had a vote. Matt was in the room. He was part of the 40-person committee this past weekend up in Alexandria. We're going to announce the class, the full class, on September the 10th. You're the first Hall of Famer that we're doing this publicly. We're not doing anybody else publicly. It'll be a surprise for everybody else on September 10th. But I wanted to do it personally and congratulate you getting inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Atta babe.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Well deserved. And listen, we all of us are clapping for you. We got some other people that want to come in here and say a little special something. Come on in here. We got some other folks that want to welcome you, congratulate you on being into Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Your dad's already cried. But we got Todd. Come on in there. Let's give him a hug. We got Todd's grandma in the house. We got family. I mean, everybody here. By the way, Kevin Faulk's already in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. He'll be there. He'll be there on that day.
But of all the things that we might plan from time to time, Ronnie, that can be a little crazy, this one actually went off really well, man.
Listen, I was worried about the center if he was going to get emotional, but
he did good.
But step over there, Leo and Trey. Y'all, come on over here. By the way, I know when we told you Pop, he was emotional. I was emotional telling you because we're friends. Just some overall thoughts, man. What's some overall thoughts?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all. You know, you look at. I'm humbled over my career and where everything went. You know, growing up with my parents, my grandparents, the way I was raised, we were all about sports. You know, we grew up in a gym, in a locker room. This guy, I always looked up to him. My brother Trey had wanted to be like him, and where it took us. We've been in a lot of neat places, and to be in the Ring of Honor, with the Atlanta Falcons, and now Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, it blows my mind. Guys like Kevin Faulk, Shaquille O'Neal, Robert Parrish.
And some great rodeo people, too, now. Great rodeo people.
Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. And I'm truly appreciative.
Well, we're not going to spoil it for everyone else. September 10th, we'll announce the rest of the class. And hopefully Matt will have me back on September 10th. We'll tell you about the rest of the class. You're going to love who you're going in with because it's some people you know. But well deserved, and I mean, a guy 185 starts, and Ring of Honor with the Falcons, All-American at LSU. I mean, the resume. And listen, Matt knows that list of football players to consider is so lengthy. I mean, this is a football state, and we're just happy for you, man, and happy for your family and all that'll be there. Kevin will be there the last weekend in June and all that as well. So looking forward to it, man. Congratulations.
Thank y'all, brother.
Thank you, Matt, for letting us do this,
Of course, man. My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Where can none of the info's up yet for next June, is it?
No, not yet. LASportshall.com, September 10th. And then, of course, I'll follow us all on social media. Yeah. We'll have the whole class, and we'll be back here on AFR.
Todd McClure, a 2026 Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. I'm a big What a big. All right. It is After Further Review. We'll knock out a break, and we'll continue.
After Further Review.
I want to take 60 seconds to remind you about the Watermark Hotel and the Renaissance. Y'all are good. We're brought to you by the Watermark Hotel and the Renaissance Hotel. Watermark downtown, the Renaissance Southtown right there on Blue Bonnet. Y'all, football season is upon us. If you got friends, family, clients, coworkers coming in town for football games, make sure they know to book their room downtown at the Watermark or Southtown at the Renaissance. It's Renaissance Baton Rouge. By the way, Renaissance, of course, Renaissance Baton Rouge is where the team stays the Friday before every home game. So you want to stay where the Tigers are staying Friday before every home game? It's Renaissance Baton Rouge. And like I always tell you, be it Watermark downtown, Renaissance right there Southtown on Blue Bonnet. My friend Allison Crump, who is the events coordinator for both properties. If there's an event you want to hold, I don't know, maybe if for whatever reason the Hall of Fame induction moves out of Natchitoches, have it there at the Renaissance Baton Rouge. It's the Watermark downtown. It's the Renaissance Southtown. Renaissance Baton Rouge.
After Further Review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
All eyes still on 3. Oh, they're on you got him? That's Kevin Faulk walking back in to get his keys. It leaves them everywhere. Can you grab that door, Paulie? All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're with us. Our Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. That's a really cool moment. I'll tell you, and if you're just joining us, you missed or came in on that at the end. Todd McClure, Kevin Faulk were in studio with us here, and Ronnie surprised Kevin. Kevin's already in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Ronnie came in and surprised Todd, letting him know that he'd been elected to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. This was the second year I got to be part of the voting committee, and it really is an honor. I talked about it a bit a year ago when I got to do it for the first time. And went to Pineville this year. They moved the voting locations, although last year was in Baton Rouge, this year was in Pineville. And the full class will be announced, Ronnie said, on September the 10th, but they wanted to do this for Todd as we had the opportunity to do it, and we're friends with Todd. It worked. It was just great. But I will tell you this, man, in getting to have sort of the peek behind the curtain of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, going through the voting process the last 2 years, I'll tell you this, man. Number one, the state should be very, very proud to have an organization like that. First of all, the physical Hall of Fame facility in Natchitoches is amazing. Like full endorsement. Go to Natchitoches for a day and go to the Hall of Fame. Like spend a day walking through there. You'll be blown away. And they continue to think of new ways to add exhibits and different things and see the Hall of Famers and all the different things that they have, which is awesome. Natchitoches right there in downtown is gorgeous, right on the river. You can walk, shop, eat, drink. It's just, if you've never done it, find a day and just go do it. Like book a day, tell your wife, fiance, girl, whatever, just bring your kids, do a day and go do it. Just trust me. I had never done it until, well, I'll tell you, it was after Carly passed, and Carly used to, she was the reporter for CST for the live event, the Purple Carpet Show, as they called it, as all the dignitaries, the athletes and everybody were arriving. They had a live broadcast on CST, and Carly was the one interviewing everyone as they arrived. Well, after the accident, Ronnie asked me to do it. So I did it 1 year. And it was the first time that I went to the event, first time I saw the Hall of Fame, and I was blown away. And it is, I'm telling you, totally worth going to. But the other thing I'll tell you about, aside from that, just the process, it is not easy to get elected to this Hall of Fame. Because it's not just a LSU football, Saints football, like Hall of Fame. It is a all-encompassing college, pro, Olympic sports, everything. And it's not an easy task to vote and meet the threshold for induction. And I mean, to elect this class of 8 people, I think it took us 5 hours of multiple rounds of voting and debate to go through this. It's nothing that's taken lightly. And you look at the list of finalists, and after the first initial round of voting, you get to a list of about 60 finalists, I believe was the number this year. Like, any one of those people, you're like, well, they should be in. They should be. Like, every one of them. You get to be a finalist in this thing, you're like, well, yeah, of course that person's. But there's people that wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And it's just because every year more people become eligible. And like a year ago was Andrew Whitworth's first year of eligibility. He's in. Well, that takes a spot. You know what I mean? And it's not, I mean, he's worthy, of course, but like next year, Patrick Peterson is first year eligible. Like, I'm making an assumption here, but I'm assuming Patrick Peterson's going to get in his first year of eligibility. So all that to say, it's just something that really is a tremendous honor when you consider the company the people in that Hall of Fame keep for our state. So congratulations to Todd McClure for his election. It was so worthy. We're not really allowed to talk about the whole voting process and everything, but I'll just tell you what I will say is that was a pretty easy decision. When you stand up and say, like, this guy was all state in 3 sports at a Louisiana public high school. He goes to LSU. He becomes multi-time consensus All-SEC, becomes an All-American, goes to the NFL, plays 13 NFL seasons, is in the Falcons Ring of Honor. Like, probably a guy you want in your Hall of Fame. So that was a pretty easy decision for Todd McClure to get in. So congrats to Rue. We're happy for him. And that induction will come up in June. So really cool to have his whole family, everything. We're glad that worked out. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. That's WilliamsonEye.com for the Williamson Eye Center. Hey, remember, it's a great time of year, parents, it's a great time of year to remind you to schedule your child's eye exam. Start of the school year is a great time. If you haven't done it, you can't remember the last time they went for their eye exam, this is a great time. Williamson Eye Center has 8 locations. There's locations in Baton Rouge, Denham, Lutcher, Zachary, St. Francisville, all over. So there's a location near you where you can bring your child to get that annual eye exam. If you need contacts or glasses, they can fill the prescription. It's the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. And, of course, you want to ditch the contacts and glasses forever, Dr. Blake Williamson at the Williamson Eye Center can help you do that. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com. All right, it is After Further Review. Russ Mitchell is going to be here in 30 minutes. We are going to get back into a lot of the Clemson LSU conversation. We usually do Tigers and the Pros in a smidge. If you missed the conversation with Todd McClure and Kevin Faulk, maybe the most impactful thing talking about the conversation we had there is those two guys took very different stances on the offensive line. Kevin Faulk was really unbothered by the fact that LSU's got 5 new linemen. He's confident in them and Brad Davis' ability to get them ready. Todd McClure was very nervous. He said even looking in preseason or at the NFL, sometimes it would take 3 games for guys' units to gel together. So that for me has been my hang-up. I have no doubt that LSU has the talent and the depth. Like Braylon Moore, Josh Thompson, Weston Davis, Tyree Adams, DJ Chester, Paul Mabenga, Carius Kern. These are Cohen Eccles. These are very talented people. And some guys that have played a lot of football already in their college careers. Moore and Thompson, Chester primarily. But even Mabenga started 6 games a year ago. Like, I have no doubt, or 5 games, excuse me. I have no doubt those guys are super talented. It's just a matter of them playing together that they haven't done yet. So it's a big ask. How quickly can they put all that together in week 1? It'll be fascinating to see. But the talent's there. Can they make it jive quickly enough in a really tough road environment. Find out. Okay, quick break. Hump Day Show is brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com. Come back. Muse will do Tigers in the Pros. Brian Kelly was part of the SC Coaches teleconference today. Dabo Sweeney met with reporters. The Saints worked out today. They're continuing to sign players to the practice squad as they're filling the practice squad. As we have more names there, we'll certainly let you know. Both Jake Haener and Hunter Deckers have been signed to the practice squad. So they're back with the Saints on the practice squad. We'll tell you more as we get more names, and we'll continue to dissect that as we move throughout the afternoon. We're glad you're hanging out with us here at AFR.
After further review.
All right, y'all. You need a pool, outdoor kitchen, trying to upgrade your outdoor space, build your own outdoor backyard oasis. You want Duplessis Builders. For a lot of the reasons I tell you every single day. Derek Duplessis is a mechanical engineer with a degree from LSU. Doesn't cut corners. He's going to build you a quality product. That's number one. Like, you don't have to worry about, oh, my friend built a pool, then it sunk into the ground, and this thing failed, and there was cracks, and after a year, they had all these repairs. As a matter of fact, they stand by. They give you a 10-year, listen to me, 10-year workmanship warranty. The industry standard is 1 year. Duplessis gives you a 10-year workmanship warranty. They build you a beautiful product that will last. They stand behind it. They're a top 50 pool builder in America by Pool and Spa Magazine, number 26 in the country this year. And also, they do tons of NIL deals with the Tigers and the future Tigers. So, you're supporting the Tigers as well. DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
We are wrapping up hour number 2. Muso. Tigers in the Pros.
Tigers in the Pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
All right, we'll track some of the Tigers, former Tigers, I should say, who were cut yesterday on Tuesday and where they might end up. Couple to pass along to you here today. Jordan Schultz was first to report this. The Kansas City Chiefs are bringing back running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. How about
that's
that?
great, man, but who are the chefs?
Two-time Super Bowl champion, of course, was drafted. What?
I mean, Cali High.
They're okay.
I want him in New Orleans. I thought they'd re-sign him.
I know. Well, he's going back to Kansas City. Two-time Super Bowl champ. The team that drafted him in the first round back in the 2020 draft was in New Orleans a season ago. Best of luck to Clyde as a bit of a homecoming there. The Cleveland Browns picked up cornerback Jarek Bernard-Converse on waivers here on Wednesday. Of course, most recently with the Jets, appeared in 15 games for New York over the last 2 seasons. Club selected him in the 6th round out of LSU in the 2023 draft. Sam Burns. Big congratulations to Sam Burns. He was selected on Wednesday as a captain's pick for the 45th edition of the Ryder Cup. Burns missed the automatic qualifying, but played really, really well down the stretch, and of course had the great showing in the U.S. Open back in June. But finished 4th at the BMW Championship, finished in a tie for 7th at the Tour Championship to close out the FedEx Cup playoffs. And look, man, if you're looking for a Ryder Cup, you need a good putter. Sam Burns, number 1 on the PGA Tour in stroke gains putting this past season. He will join likes of Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Bryson DeChambeau as well on that team. The Ryder Cup is September 26th through the 28th at Bethpage State Park, the Black Course. And lastly, Grant Taylor. This was a rough one for him a night ago against the Kansas City Royals. Got the loss, his 4th loss of the season. Just 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 earned on 4 hits. He did coincidentally get a hold as well before ultimately letting the lead slip away. He'll look to bounce back. That ERA has ballooned north 5.5 now. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Listen, when you go to Lee Michaels and you buy a diamond, like this is what Travis Kelce did. He got Taylor Swift's ring at Lee Michaels. I actually can't back that up. Probably shouldn't say that. That is not an endorsement. Hopefully you know the ridiculous over-the-top nature of that. Tells you that it is hyperbolic and not real. But anyway, listen, you go to Lee Michaels you know what you're getting. You are getting a beautiful, natural diamond from one of the finest diamond mines in the world. Scott goes on these diamond buying trips all across the world throughout the year to bring the best selection back here. And with 10 stores, they have enough buying power to get the best selection and give you a great price. I mean, think about if you're going to buy a diamond ring. You really want to walk into a store with a guy like disheveled, pulling out a calculator, crunching numbers, how much you're going to save. Like, you want this to be a special experience for you and for her. That's why you go to Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, because they specialize in the Lee Michaels experience. There's something to be said about, walking into a place like Lee Michaels and it's packed. So, you ever want to walk into an empty restaurant? Probably a good indicator of what's happening. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Check them out online. Schedule your visit over there. LMFJ.com, LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. All right, y'all. It's after further review, man. We've been jam-packed already. Thanks to Kevin Faulk and Todd McClure for jumping in studio with us. Russ Mitchell is here in 20 minutes from right now. We will preview the week ahead in the Southeastern Conference. Missouri gets it kicked off tomorrow. Auburn plays at Baylor on Friday, and a full slate. Texas, Bama, LSU, all with massive games on Saturday. We're going to preview it, all of it straight ahead with Russ Mitchell coming up in hour number 3. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com with locations all over South Louisiana, where they always give you the best deal on the best tires. They'll get you the best tires on the road at the cheapest price possible. So go to ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com, Shawbills to learn more. Right now, they've got the kickoff special, which we've told you about. It's Michelin and Toyo only. Buy 3 tires, get the 4th free when you use your new or existing Shawbills credit card. Or buy 3 and get the 4th tire half price with any other form of payment. I tell you all the time, they work hard to get you the best possible price on the best tires on the road. It's Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. You can log on to the website, shop tires, to look at the deals. There's a promotions tab right there at the top. You can look at all the promotions that they have always going on at ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Shawbills, where we keep you rolling.